Hey guys, Little Small Lake 2-man. Bob's 2-man sitting right there. He's getting ready to get in. I got in to get out of his way. We haven't been here since, we just discussed, 4 years. We think it's been 4 years since we've been here. Flood went through here 2 years ago. I guess today we find out what it did. Stick with me. All right guys, hey, I got myself tied up here. I got a little clamp and a rope. And I tied myself up to a tree branch here. Going to be a little windy today. I mean, you see a lot of calm water, but that's just because Bob and I picked this lake, figuring it was about as out of the water as we were going to get, or out of the wind as we were going to get on a windy day. But these little 2-man boats, they're kind of sit like a cork, just bobbing on the water. So if it's windy, it doesn't take much wind to scoot these things all over the place. There we go. There we go. Finally found one. Finally found one. Took forever. With chatterbait. There you guys. On a chatterbait. Took forever, but finally got one. Yeah, there we go. There's another one. Yeah. There we go. Not real big, but it's fish. They've been tough to come by today. Same chatterbait. Smaller fish. All right, guys. Chatterbait has been the only thing that's worked, but you know what? Kind of out of the wind. It's shallow. I can see the vegetation of the surface. And I had to pull out a wake bait. Oh, there he goes. And it worked. Yeah, see, right in front of the boat when he hit it. That was nice. There we go, right there. All right. See if we can get a hold of you without getting a finger full of hooks here. Hold still. There we got you. There we got you. Hang on. Get a hold of that puppy there. There we go, guys. On a wake bait. Just perfect scenario for it right up in here. And we're going to have a good little spot we can keep going. Let's see if we can find a couple more with the wake bait. All right, there we go, guys. You can see the vegetation on the water. You can see it's down in there. You know there's fish down in that stuff. And so what I'm doing is just, I can run that wake bait just right over the top. Skim it right over that. And this works. Boy, he was about 8 feet right in front of the boat when he swiped that thing. That was pretty cool. Fortunately, cameras I'm sure won't get it. He was too close to the boat. Oh, he hit it when it hit the water. He took it when it hit the water. Yes, he did. Right when it hit the water, he hit it. Didn't even get a chance to move it. There you go. There we go. Not real big. As a matter of fact, they're getting smaller. But they're fish, and we've been going a long time without catching anything, so I'm real happy to have caught some. I should let you know, now Bob and I kind of took a different approach today. He started out with bass. He ended up wanting a chatterbait, but then he switched over to ultralight. He took an ultralight, small, probably a 32nd ounce jig, 64 ounce, something like that. So he's been picking up a few crappie, he's picked up a few bluegill, I think he's picked up another bass. So he's actually picking up more fish than I am, but he's kind of switched over and decided to go the ultralight route. See what he can pick up. I don't think he has any cameras with him. I'm almost positive he didn't bring any cameras. So unless he was wearing one, I'll check with him later on that. There, we got him. Came up out of it again. Tell you, we've been going back and forth, guys, but I'm back to the wake bait. finding these kind of secluded little spots out of the wind. I can see the vegetation down in there, so you know what? We're just gonna keep doing that system. Go with what works, right? Go with what works. There we go. They're not getting any bigger though. It's the only downside. All right. Now, I want to get way up in this cove. Let me turn the camera a second. Turn that for you a little bit. I want to get way back up in there, but I started on the edge of these trees right here first. Start there, work that over good, then work my way back in. That's the way I do it anyway. There we go. Got him way out there. He's way out there. He was way out there. But we got him. Did we lose it? Nope, he was swimming towards me. There we go. All right. Oh boy, you really got that one in your mouth, haven't you? Got himself hooked pretty good. There we go, there's one. Come on, give it up. I'm gonna mess my hook up. There we got him. All right, finally got him out. There we go. All right. Love this topwater. I love topwater. There was a time today, guys, I didn't know if we were going to get any fish. It was getting tough. I couldn't get bit by a mosquito, let alone a fish. There we go. Another one. Right off into that log. Well, they're all about the same size. And a couple of them are a little bit bigger than the other ones. Some have been pretty little. From the outside, I'm counting it. Don't tell Bob. There we go. Yeah, what started out as I couldn't get bit. Now I finally found something. Oh, he hit it when it hit the water. Yeah, he hit it when it hit the water. Got to get him out of the weeds now. Yeah, you did. You hit that thing when it hit the water. Whew. There we go. Little vegetation on it. That was a good one. That's the second one today now. That just hit the water and hit it right off the bat. So, we didn't do too bad. You fished mostly ultralight?
Almost, yeah.
And you,
that one bass.
And then you were catching them deeper.
I was catching stuff deep. I'd let it sink pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and then see, I was catching them on top, so it's different how it goes.
Yeah.
So, just, there we go. Get to turn that way.
I don't know, I caught 7, 8, maybe, or I think actually 8 or 9 crappie.
8 or 9 crappie then?
Yeah.
See, I got about a dozen bass, and you picked up a bunch of bass too.
I caught 7, 8 bass too.
Yeah.
All on ultralights on a Bobby Garland mineral colored one.
Totally different way to fish. I'm doing, and we both caught fish.
Sure, had a good time. My big crappie was right at 13 because I measured it. So,
was it 13?
Yeah, and I caught a couple 12s, and I didn't measure everything.
The other bit nice, it'd been nice if we caught a couple bigger bass. The bass weren't real big.
No, I was surprised too, because what, 2018 we were catching 18-inch bass, or 12, 13, 14
yeah.
bass.
It's hard to say what the flood did to this place.
Yeah.
Never know.
That's what I caught 3 big bluegills.
Did you?
Man, they weren't master angling. One was over 9 though, because I measured it too.
That's nice bluegill.
Yeah.
All right. The nice thing is, windy as can be, and we still got to fish this thing.
Oh yeah.
That was nice. Well, guys, Bob and I didn't have too bad of a day. He didn't have his cameras with him, so sorry we don't have any fish from him, but He had as good a day, probably a better day than I did. He caught more fish than I did anyway. Two totally different ways of fishing a lake. He fished it ultralight, small jig, fished it deep, caught fish. I got my first couple on a chatterbait, and after that, I went with the vegetation and put a wake bait just over the top of that, and I caught fish. So there's all different ways to do it. Hey, thanks for sticking with us. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.